It is tough to resist a good fight. Good evening, I'm Dawn Hasbro.
And I'm Jeff Herndon. This weekend's big boxing match, talking Mayweather-Pacquiao. He could be behind hundreds of sick calls at the Cook County Jail. And now there are some big overtime bills to be paid. Craig Wall live at 27th in California with the alleged sick out. Craig.
Yeah, Jeff, it's going to take some time to tally up all those overtime costs, but you can bet it'll be a good chunk of change. Now the sheriff and the union are squaring off about just why all those guards didn't show up for work. The Mayweather-Pacquiao boxing match was billed as the fight of the century, but it left many viewers disappointed. It left Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart frustrated for a completely different reason, because of all the guards who called in sick between 7 a.m. Saturday and 3 p.m. Sunday.
This was triple what the normal call-in would be.
A total of 637 out of about 3,100 employees scheduled to work those 4 shifts.
And we're not, didn't just fall off the truck. There was a big boxing match. A lot of people were talking about it. Did that play into this? We'd be naive not to realize that certain big events seem to coincide with people not showing up for work at times here.
But Teamsters Local 700, which represents the correctional officers, believes those accusations are a low blow to guards who took a sick day that they needed.
I don't believe that the officers called in to watch the fight.
Dennis Andrews attributes the sick call to coincidence and stress.
The stress level on the officers is off the charts. So I think this is a culmination of building up for the past several weeks, all the inmate fights, the inmates attacking staff.
The sheriff says what happened this weekend was horribly unfair to good employees and taxpayers.
We've pled with people over and over again. Listen, there's all sorts of mechanisms in here so that you can take care of family members, people who are sick, but you can't just call in sick because you want a day off.
I don't believe anybody used it as a vacation day.
Sheriff tells me it might be hard to discipline any of the guards who took a sick day just for this weekend, but he says his office does keep track of sick day use and abuse, and that could factor into a guard's ability to get a promotion. Jeff?
All right, Craig Wall reporting live tonight. Craig, thank you. And this isn't the first time Cook County jail guards have called in sick on a big sports weekend. The jail reports more than 950 guards called in sick during 4 shifts over Super Bowl weekend on February 1st. Now, to be fair, Chicago did have a blizzard that same weekend, and sick calls during sporting events is not just an issue here in Cook County. 2 prisons in Hawaii lost 47% of staff to sick calls on Super Bowl Sunday. Now, speaking of overtime, a new audit of the Cook County Sheriff's Police shows a correctional officer was paid $29,467 for 1 day of work. The Sun-Times reports the officer worked 6.75 hours of overtime last summer, but was paid for 675 hours. The officer kept his paycheck for 3 months, but eventually returned the money. The payment was detailed in a report by the Cook County auditor. It showed correctional officers made $36 million in overtime in 2014.